favorite lies Wyoming cowboy. No matter what, Taryn, no matter where you place, win or lose, I will always be proud of you.
He may not be Tiger Woods on the golf course, but he is most definitely my best friend and a person that I can always look up to.
Any of you individuals who have ever received a nickname from him either made a lasting character impression or wore a very interesting hat, or he simply did not remember your name. I remember when I first got my nickname, it was Deuces on my 22nd birthday, and then I realized I only get it for a year. It was very disappointing. But God could have not blessed me with a better baby brother. He has done so much for our family and for the state association. So Wyoming FFA, I present to you my big baby brother
And our best friend.
and your 2011-2012 third vice president, Tanner Nauta.
I want to take you all on a trip back to glory days. I was 17 years old, a junior in high school, and it was football season. Homecoming week was upon us, which if you didn't know, homecoming week is the best week of the entire year. Yeah, you got some hope in there. The games, the pep rallies, the social gatherings, and it all builds up to one big day. Game day. I walked in the DHS that morning, and I saw the Bearcat Blue on every single student. And I could feel the excitement build with every passing second. Right at the opening kickoff, and bam, the crowd goes wild. I remember that game like it was yesterday. We had played like we played all season long. We were still undefeated. We were still in the Pathway State Championship, and now we were homecoming champions. I remember at home that night I laid in bed and I stared up at the ceiling and I thought, wow, I must be the happiest human being on this planet. The next morning I got up, like I do every morning, but this time I got up to a phone call. Levi, Jared, sober, on the night of homecoming, had went home and committed suicide. This young man was a classmate of mine. I had played next to him my entire football career, and in that instant it dawned on me. Levi was on that field last night, and I was so wrapped up in my own selfish world, I failed to even notice. So I, in my shame, and my sadness, along with the entire community to listen, trudged back to that same stadium where just the night before we had celebrated in the light of victory. And instead, we lit candles for a lost loved one. Monday back at school, it seemed like all the happiness had just been sucked out of Douglas in a single weekend. Nothing mattered. Not school, not class, not even football. It remained that way until Thursday, and then we found ourselves feeling better, like we could persevere, we could keep going, life could keep moving, we could do this. But I remember that afternoon after practice, our coach walked into the locker room, called us to the front, and announced this. Boys, we lost another one. Sky Lacey Heisen, my leader, my own FFA chapter president, my friend, and a friend of so many others, had passed away in a terrible car accident that afternoon. The next day was game day. without the game day feel. Instead of walking in and feeling the excitement of the day, I walked in and I heard only silence. Coach called an emergency meeting that morning. And upon calling us in the middle, he asked us, "Boys, we need to make a decision. Should we or should we not play tonight?" When the vote was called, every single hand went in the air to vote yes. And so when game time came, I charged the field with my Bearcat brothers. And we had played like we hadn't played all season long. And by halftime, our star running back, Pierre Etchemady, had already scored 5 rushing touchdowns. That was one away from the school record. And at halftime, he promised us that he would get that 6th scoring touchdown in memory of Levi and Sky. But our coach, being the class act that he always is, insisted that JV go ahead and start the second half. But it wasn't long until a classmate of mine, Bader Seek, broke a long one with a McGreen ahead. Oh yeah, he's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, the 1, and he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds at the 1 yard line. He handed the ball to the ref, and he motioned for Pierre to take the field for a 6th scoring touchdown in memory of Levi Sky. We went on to win the state championship that year, but it's not that trophy that I remember most about that season. It was that one selfless act by that mere boy of 17 who stepped out at the 1 yard line, giving up what should have been his first ever varsity touchdown. And he did this for the sake of the 2 initials that we all wore on the back of our helmets that night. SLH, LJS. Wyoming FFA, I leave you with one last challenge. I want you all to look to your left. Now look to your right. You are truly surrounded by the most special and amazing people in your life. And whether you know it or not, you have taken them for granted. So my challenge is this. Wyoming FFA, before convention ends, no, before this session ends, say to those people what I failed to say to the 2 people that I lost. Thank you. To my teammates, thank you. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for what you are. Wyoming FFA, cherish your friends and your family and praise the good Lord for having them in your life. Hold them close to your heart and never take them for granted.
Tanner, I know that no matter how bad of a mood I'm in, all I need to do is come to you for some words of inspiration. You're the most compassionate and kind-hearted person I have ever met. Thank you for putting up with my sassy self and for being one of my very best friends. It is my honor to give you the retiring officer plaque. Wyoming FFA, your 2011-2012 State 3rd Vice President, Tanner Nauta.